All right. So you got notes for 7.3. Sorry, 7.1 notes. Your 7.1 notes look like this. We're going to go through the PowerPoint presentation. Hopefully you notice that all these transformations are the exact same things we've been doing before. The negative out front reflects across the x. A, if it's greater than 1, vertically stretches. If it's less than 1, it's a compression. H, insiders lie, horizontally moves left and right. Just remember, it's opposite. And then K moves up or down, and it is not opposite. It's not a liar. Well, let's get to it here. So you have a cubic parent function. Okay, it looks like this. It's a parent because this is where all the other cubic functions originate. Okay, they originate with x to the third power. So notice, at the center, it goes through the origin, it goes up 1 over 1 to the right, down 1 over 1 to the left, and it's not like a parabola where they're both going up or they're both going down. The end behavior has one going up to the right, one going down to the left. You could say it's always increasing as the x increases. Okay, and in the center here we have the vertex or the point of inflection. Now these are the nodes. You really, really need to look at this and understand this over here. Okay, this is just like quadratic and absolute value and linear and anything else that we've ever talked about. Okay, again, if the A value, if it's negative, like it says right here, that reflects across the x. If the A value in front is between 0 and 1, like a fraction or a decimal, that's a vertical compression. But if A is greater than 1, well, then you know it's a vertical stretch. Okay? So always look for the A, C. Two of these could be true or not. But step 2 here, describe the effects of H. Remember, let's go ahead and write this here. Everybody write this. Insiders lie. Inside the parentheses, right? So the H inside the parentheses here is horizontal. Remember, H is horizontal. However, when I see a minus, I know that's a lie, so it's really plus to the right. If I see a plus on the inside of a parentheses, well, that's horizontal, but I know it's a lie, so it's really left. Okay. Cool. Describe the effects of K. Well, K has no lie, and it's vertical. Okay, cool. Horizontal has an H, vertical has a K. No lie, and it's vertical. So if you see a minus, that's down. If you see a plus, it's up. Let's get to it. Okay, so negative 2x cubed. First thing I see is this negative. And we just talked about how negative means it reflects across the x-axis. Okay, write that down. And then the 2, since it's greater than 1, that means it is a vertical what? Stretch. So it's a reflect across the x-axis, and then write this down. A vertical stretch by 2. So here's how you're going to do it. You're going to plot these points, okay? When it reflects, it's not going to go up to the right. It's going to go down to the right. It's not going to go down to the left. It's going to go up to the left. And then you stretch it by 2. So make sure that it goes 2 down to the right and then 2 up to the left. Now remember, you could always do graph in your calculator, Control T to get some points, and you can plot those points. Okay, so you're always able to graph and Control T, plot points, but this is how you can tell from the transformations from the equation. Example 2. So once again, we have the parent function on the original. Remember, we have inside of a parentheses of a cubic function, insiders lie. So instead of right 2, this is really going left 2. So it moves left 2. Write that down. And then the minus 1 out here is vertical. Minus is down, so down 1. Make sure you write that down. Now, you should be able to graph this, so you could graph it in your calculator, press Control T, plot some points. But we know that all these original parent function points, we just move them left 2 and down 1. So it can kind of look like this. There's the original, left 2, down 1, bam, look at those points. Okay, so this point, left 2, down 1, this point, left 2, down 1, this point, left 2, down 1. Now you've got your new graph on there. All right. Oh, what about this one? Insider's lie, that means right 4. Write this down. Plus 3 is up 3. Write that down too. And then your graph, you're going to move it right 4, each point, right 4 and up 3. So this one, up 3, right 4, up 3, right 4, up 3, right 4. All right. So those are just shifts, translations. All right, this has a lot, and it's already got points on it somehow. But the negative, we know, is a reflection across the x. 4 is greater than 1, so that's going to be a vertical stretch by 4. And this plus 2 is not inside of a parenthesis, so it's not an insider, it's not an h value, but it's a k value. It's a vertical translation, so it shifts up 2. Okay, and this is what my graph would look like. The inflection point is up 2. It's going the reflected direction, okay, down to the right. And all these numbers, instead of over 1, down 1 over 1, it should be 4, down 4 over 1, up 4 over 1. Okay, make sure you get that down, make sure you graph that. All right, here's another one. Reflect across the x-axis, vertical stretch by 4, up 2. Okay, you can get that down for example 4. Reflect across the x, vertical stretch by 4, and it moves up 2. All right. And then plot those points. Up 2, and then up 4 over 1, down 4 over 1. It's just make sure it's been reflected. Up left and down right. On to the next. Okay, so this is up here. Please remember the negative in front, if there is, reflects across the x. If a is greater than 1, it's a vertical stretch. If it's less than 1, it's a vertical compression. Insiders lie. So this is left or right. Out here is no lie, up or down. You got to use that to do the practice for 7.1. So we're going to make sure you get 7.1. The key for the notes is going to be posted in the Google Classroom, and I'm posting it on the front whiteboard. Hopefully you can see it off to the left there. You can come take a picture of it if you didn't get all the notes, or you can just go to the Google Classroom. It'll be in there too. All right. But unless you have missing work or tests to finish, you want to start working on 7.1. Okay. You will have tomorrow as well to work on it. Here we go.